Hi, welcome to 512 Talk, which is our weekly video chat from the team of 512 Tech. So this week, Omar wrote a story about face filters. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, if you've been spending time on social media and seeing people post these crazy photos, these selfies of themselves with like dog ears and their tongue laughing out, or face swapped with someone else, these very disturbing pictures. Most of that stuff is coming from Snapchat, which is becoming increasingly popular. And there's a feature on there that allows you to swap faces or transform your face into these different ways. There's also an app called MSQRD or Masquerade that my kid introduced me to, that they were actually using in school and playing around with. And that also has a lot of face filters or face effects, as they're called. Snapchat calls them lenses, and they're just ways to take selfies and kind of dress them up with these crazy, hats and costumes and stuff.
It's funny because I have Snapchat, but I didn't really know how to do this until my college-age brother gave me like a little Snapchat tutorial and showed me, and then I had a lot of fun with it. I can see why people use it.
Yeah, if you're taking a selfie, you have to hold you have to like press down on your face, and then it 3D maps your face, and then you can do it. It's kind of a hidden feature unless you know what you're doing. MSQRD though, like as soon as you pull it up, it starts doing it instantly, so that's a lot easier to use, I think. Anyway, yeah, we have a story about that on 512 Tech and a photo gallery. I asked people, Austinites, to send me theirs. We have some Statesman staffers, including Lily and me, that did ours, so you can see our crazy silly faces.
And I know Snapchat is free. Is MSQRD also free?
It's also a free app, and the way they've been doing it is having sponsored filters. So there was one on Snapchat from Taco Bell that apparently had like 122 million views. It was crazy. It was one of the best social media campaigns Taco Bell has ever run, and all it did was transform your head into a giant taco shell with like hot sauce on it. It was crazy.
Huh.
So for companies that want to get a lot of eyeballs, like this, sponsoring a Snapchat face filter seems to be the way to go. And so now let's talk about NXP, formerly Freescale Technologies chip company. You went to their conference forum. What was that like?
Yeah, I did. So he mentioned it used to be Freescale, and so this conference used to be called the Freescale Technology Forum, and now that it's bought by NXP has sort of taken it over. And they basically took over the JW Marriott this week and had kind of week-long tech conferences. Most of their sessions, when I would peek at them, I could barely even understand what they were talking about, so very technical stuff. But it was an interesting opportunity to talk with the CEO of NXP, Rick Clemmer. He was there, and I got a chance to ask him about sort of what's going on with the acquisition of Freescale. The company always acknowledged there would probably be some layoffs involved because, you have duplicative jobs, in HR and administration especially. And he did go into a little bit of detail about that. He said he wouldn't give a number as to how many people are affected here in Austin, but he did say that some folks have already been laid off and that there are still some layoffs to come, but that the people who are affected have already been notified and are aware of that. And another thing I got to do for the conference is I got to check out their tech lab, which is this giant, expo room floor where they do lots of demos of cutting edge technology. So it's kind of a way to see a lot of the really cool things that are, about to hit our local Best Buy. Stuff like there was a really neat kind of futuristic microwave that could better warm your plate based on what you're cooking, and also if you're cooking meat and vegetables, it'll know what's what and cook them differently. So that's one of the things. And there was also a billiards table that it knew how you were positioning your cue stick. It could show you exactly where the ball would go, and it could even do a suggested path, tell you where you should put your cue stick, which to me kind of takes a little bit of the fun out of it. Yeah, part of the fun is that it's hard.
And we have a video, and we also introduced a new feature called Tech 311 with NXP, explaining what do they actually do, what do they actually make, and you went through the whole thing and kind of explain in very clear terms, what does this company actually do?
Yeah, it was a useful story for me to work on because I'm still new to covering NXP, and for my own education, I needed to better understand what this company does. And it was a fun story to work on because I realized their chips are in almost everything we use on a daily basis. My Garmin step tracker, my Nest thermostat, they are really in a lot of products.
Great. Well, you can find that story and the face filter stuff on 512 Tech. Let us know on the site. You can post a comment. Let us know if there's stuff you'd like us to be talking about on 512 Talk or stuff you'd like us to be covering. And well, Lily, great talking to you.
Good talking to you.
And we'll try to do this again next week. So see you then.